Member for Katherine.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I rise today to speak to the Ministerial Report of Law and Order, but I'm actually lost for words after listening to the opposition leader and the member for 𝙍𝙀𝙇𝙀𝙑. The opposition leader spoke of more children in jails, yet we saw as one of 4 education ministers under her watch, we saw school attendance, literacy and numeracy levels absolutely plummet. And I just find it very interesting that all of a sudden the opposition leader who has lived in Katherine for quite some time all of a sudden has realised that Katherine actually is the centre of the universe and she now wants to talk about it and bring it to the light. I have been doing that for 35 years, well before I was the member for Katherine, Madam Speaker. 19 of the last 23 years, we've seen a Labor government here, and we've seen crime absolutely spiralling out of control. We saw a previous government that watered down the laws, resulting in the crime crisis that we inherited. And interesting, listening to the member for 𝙍𝙀𝙇𝙀𝙑, I see you, I hear you, I'll work with my community. Well, that's interesting. Was this a come to Jesus moment? Is he going to be the next opposition leader by the end of the year? I find it very interesting because for the last 8 years, the member for 𝙍𝙀𝙇𝙀𝙑 potentially did not see his constituents, hear his constituents or work with his constituents, because otherwise he would have stood up for his community and had something to say about the absolutely appalling crime that we saw spiral out of control. So I just find those comments a little bit interesting. So, Madam Speaker, since coming to government in August last year, our 𝙍𝙀𝙇𝙀𝙀𝙀 CLP government has taken swift action to make community safety our top priority, delivering on the sweeping mandate we received at the election. Regional towns like Katherine, which I call the centre of the universe, are in the place they are today because of a former Labor government's soft on crime approach. We had 8 years of catch and release policies, and that has put the rights of offenders above the rights of victims. We saw, Madam Speaker, our government has made it very clear we will be putting the rights of victims above the rights of offenders, and we make no apologies. And no one's asking us to apologise, but there's plenty of commentary out there, Madam Speaker, on what our government's doing. So we will continue to get on with the job of fixing Labor's broken systems and putting victims and community safety first. Last August, almost 12 months ago, Territorians voted us in to reduce crime, rebuild our economy and restore our unique Territory lifestyle. Since coming to government, we've delivered significant bail reforms such as Declan's Law, reinstating breach of bail as an offence, bringing in a presumption against bail for all serious violent offences. We've also made posting and boasting an offence, as well as ram raid, public nuisance drinking and legislation to give police greater powers for wanding. After the death of Mr Linford Fyke, we recalled Parliament and strengthened the bail laws again to strengthen community safety. Madam Speaker, in our year of action, certainty and security, we launched 𝙍𝙀𝙇𝙀𝙀𝙀 in Katherine to work in partnership with local organisations to respond to youth offending and identify local youth at risk and assist in providing support through relevant agencies. Through this collaboration of 𝙍𝙀𝙇𝙀𝙀𝙀𝙀, Kalano Community Patrol, Public Housing Safety Officers and the Circuit Breaker team, the Nightly Patrollers Group was formed. The patrollers meet at 7 p.m. from Thursday to Sunday in the town square, up until recently. And this consistent collaboration has helped police build rapport with the young Katherine youth. I've been fortunate to have attended a couple of the meetings which have been a worthwhile collaboration in shared knowledge through those agencies. And as I've said, these meetings started out in the town square, but after some community unrest and conversations with the acting commander, they've moved those meetings across to the shopping centre, and it's certainly given better visibility and better safety for people going to the shopping centre. I want to commend Acting Commander Terry Zhang for his dedication to Katherine and working across all agencies in a positive way for our community. In conjunction with the Circuit Breaker team, Kalano and the dedicated housing officers of Sharon, Paul and Blessing, these patrollers' meetings are going well. All agencies follow up working together, which has not happened before. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank all of them for their hard work and dedication. Madam Speaker, the Attorney-General, 𝙍𝙀𝒅𝒏𝒄𝑠𝒓, has recognised the court backlog as a major contributor to crime recidivism. She's appointed an additional full-time local court judge, new prosecutors, and launched the Tiger Task Force to fast-track remand cases. In Katherine, we've established the Big Rivers Reducing Crime Committee to facilitate collaborative cross-sector responses aimed at reducing crime and antisocial behaviour. Since the committee's establishment, 1,038 banned drinker orders have been issued, and public housing safety officers have undertaken multiple joint operations targeting antisocial behaviour, domestic violence, overcrowding and tenancy issues within hotspot public housing complexes. Recently, a targeted response in Mannion Street has seen this operation lead to 6 arrests, 59 litres of alcohol tipped out, 132 persons moved on, 29 liquor infringements issued and 13 support link referrals. At the conclusion of the operations, the Mannion Street complex had significantly less reports of antisocial behaviour and domestic violence, and tenants have reported positive feedback. This is pleasing to hear, Madam Speaker, for the vigorous work that has been happening. The latest crime statistics of Katherine show we are making progress, but challenges remain. One thing is clear, we will not hide from those challenges and gaslight Territorians like the Labor Party did. The crime statistics from January to May compared to 2025 compared to the same period in 2024 show a 36% drop in commercial break-ins and a 14% reduction in house break-ins. But, Madam Speaker, whilst this is positive, it is cold comfort when I speak to the likes of Nikki at the coffee club. And we acknowledge we have more work to do, but when I heard of Nikki being not only broken into more than once in one night, and then at 6:30 a.m. the next morning, 2 offenders walked in and allegedly assaulted Nikki and Mel, one of her staff. By the time I got there, they were in an absolute state of shock and emotion. It was quite distressing. So, you know, the opposition leader, I know that she only is 2 doors down from Nikki at the coffee club, but when she was asked on Katie Wolf the other week, she hadn't even walked out of her office 2 doors and gone down there. And whilst I note the opposition leader is yelling out that it is not her electorate, Madam Speaker, I find that absolutely disgusting that 2 doors down she chooses when she's going to visit someone, whether it's her electorate or not. She's happy to get up and absolutely criticise me for what I do and don't do in Katherine. I can tell you, opposition leader, it is a far cry from you, and whether somebody is in my electorate or not, Madam Speaker, it is your position to go and visit them, whether you like it or not, or whether it makes you feel good about yourself. Madam Speaker, I note the opposition leader is continually interjecting, which I did not.
Can you just pause? Opposition leader, you can have an hour out. Standing Order 49, I exclude the member for 1 hour. Please continue, member for Katherine.
And I would like to note that the opposition leader is still going on, Madam Speaker, with double standards, and that I'm disgraceful.
Can you just pause, please, member for Katherine? Opposition leader, please behave yourself.
I would call myself far from
member
disgraceful
for Katherine,
or
you have the
whatever.
call.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. So Nikki and Mel, like the troopers they are, they reopened the shop on Saturday, and I was thankful that it was show weekend, and many of my colleagues, I didn't get to go back and see her on the Saturday when she opened, but many of my colleagues went in and spoke to Nikki, and I continually go there and support her in good times and in bad, Madam Speaker, because that is what your role as a local member is to do. Just this week, we are taking decisive action to fix Labor's broken youth justice system with new laws to put victims first, protect frontline staff and hold serious youth offenders to account. We are continuing to address the root causes of crime. We'll see the extension of the circuit breaker program. School attendance officers continue to work out across the Territory in getting kids to school. And as the Education Minister, we saw under the previous government attendance rates that were unacceptable. We've reinstated the attendance officers and they continue to work right out across the Territory. We know that communities have had a gutful of youth crime and it is totally unacceptable. We have, as I said, brought back the attendance officers right across the NT. Parents also, Madam Speaker, need to be accountable for their children. So, Madam Speaker, in conclusion, my time is coming to an end. We were voted in to restore safety. This means balancing enforcement and prevention with ongoing evaluation. So in our year of action, certainty and security, we will not shy away from the challenges we face and continue to deliver on the mandate Territorians gave us. Thank you.